2K Sports for this Wednesday evening presentation of the NBA. Hi, everyone. Here with analysts Grant Hill and Clark Kellogg. I'm Brian Anderson. Allie LaForce, our reporter. And a chance to see the latest edition of the Power Rankings. Always fun to see where everyone in the league stands. You look at the Pistons, they're a rising team climbing to 5th on the board.
Checking out the 76ers, they've begun this year playing with some real fire, and it's produced some top-notch basketball, doing better than many expected.
A look at the starting group for the Pistons. We've got Damian Lillard, and it's Siakam in at the power forward position. And for the 76ers, we've got Buzelis, and it's the great one in at the point. On paper, Clark, this is a mismatch, but the game is played on the floor.
I see where you're going with that, B.A., but I look at the talent disparity between these teams. It's wide and deep. It's a chasm. Well, I see no opportunity for any kind of surprise here.
Pass to Yao. Here's the great one. Hardaway on the wing. Lots of room. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Well, I tell you what, you've got to keep Yao Ming out of the paint. Guy is just too big and too strong and has too good a touch to let him catch it that close.
Iverson can't hit. Now Philadelphia with it. Pass to Buzelis. Here's the great one. Here's Buzelis. He's covered by Siakam. And there's a whistle. That goes on Pascal Siakam. That's his first foul of the game. Here's the great one. Here's McGrady. Nails it from 3.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
And so it's Lillard who brings up the ball for Detroit. It's a 5-point game, and this is their first time matched up with Philadelphia this year.
Their first try against a familiar club. It should be a good one.
Yeah, you know, these are two rival teams that will see each other a fair amount this season. We'll see which team can tip it off with a win.
Here's Yao for 3. Hardaway. Yao tips it back in. Yao's gotten his second bucket on the night.
I love the relentless attitude he showed there. Got himself in great position under the glass.
He had the presence of mind to know exactly where the rebound was going.
And then the nifty touch to tip it in as well.
And the basket by Siakam.
And just so accurate off the pass. I mean, I love whenever Siakam decides to go right up with it like that.
Here's McGrady. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more. All right, Grant, I have to ask you, has there ever been a more intimidating team than the old bad boy Pistons?
Well, they weren't fancy, but they played hard and they played physical basketball. Every team that faced those Detroit teams knew they were in for a battle.
Here's Camby for 3. Here's Lillard. Nice start for him, sinking his first shot.
Very few shoot the 3 ball as well as Lillard does, so you want him taking those shots as much as possible.
Shot's good by the great one.
An outstanding first quarter from the field.
You're exactly right. I mean, everything seems to be dropping. Impressive scoring here.
Pass to Iverson. Siakam outside. Another 3 for Detroit.
You have to take Siakam seriously at the arc. He can hurt you from there.
Outside Hardaway. Here's Buzelis. Outside Hardaway. They set the pick to the paint. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Yao, good.
Looks like we're starting to see a pattern here. Not afraid to get in the paint and get wet.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
And the timeout called here by J.B. Bickerstaff. I think right now he must be looking at some adjustments. And always interesting to look back at last season. These were the NBA's best transition teams. 5th best, Philadelphia.
You know, it really made for some exciting games the way this team ran the floor, always maintaining impressive energy in transition.
Here's Iverson, defended by Hardaway, and there's the lob. Out of bounds. Pistons ball as Detroit keeps possession.
Great read to get a hand in there and disrupt the play.
And, you know, even though they didn't come up with the steal, that's still a nice defensive play.
Here's Iverson. 17 points in his last outing. Clock at 6. And the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way.
You can really tell Iverson approaches the game with a single-minded focus. It can be intimidating trying to defend a guy with his level of skill and determination.
And so he hits both.
He's as solid as it gets from the line. I mean, give him the opportunity, he's cashing in on those.
Pass to the great one. Just under 3.5 minutes elapsed here in the first quarter. And that one drops for him.
Yeah, their defense is starting to wear down. That's 3 straight buckets at the rim.
Here's Iverson. Here's Bird. The fadeaway. Nice start for him, sinking his first shot.
Yeah, you know, the defense is wise to guard Bird closely, but he always maintains his cool and gets his shot to go through despite the tight defense.
The great one passes to McGrady, and he drops in the layup off the glass. McGrady's got 8 points.
Starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking, and he knows it.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Now here's Siakam. He has 6. Lillard outside. Off target from 3-point range.
Tell you what, the defense was lucky there. I mean, leave him that open from range, he'll typically knock it down.
And he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
Penny Hardaway showing off his athleticism there. He's capable of throwing it down with force.
Here's Iverson, defended by Hardaway. Shot on the wing. Iverson can't hit.
You got to move past that one. I mean, they'd want him to take that again.
Well, you know, I hear you. That's a good look, but when you're that wide open, I think you got to knock it down.
Now here's Hardaway. Really played well against Indiana in his last game. Wow, good.
Their offense is really humming right now, and it's because of the beautiful ball distribution.
10 straight points off assists. That's very impressive, and it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
Got a piece of it, and it's out of bounds to the Pistons as Detroit retains possession. Williamson's checked in for the Sixers, and the Pistons making a change here as well. Gordon's checked in. Here's Iverson. 6 on the shot clock. Shot from the low post is good.
Well, you know, he's not a guy that's just going to settle for pulling up. When he has an opportunity, he's going to take it strong to the hoop.
Over to the wing. Pass to McGrady. Right wing. Here's the great one. Gets the 3 ball to go. The great one's got his second bucket of the night.
You can't help but look toward their defense, and they're totally lost.
Well, everything's coming too easily. I mean, at some point defensively, you have to take something away.
And J.B. Bickerstaff decides to call timeout. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. Pistons trail by 10. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
I was able to catch up with Nick Nurse. A main focus on their defense? Damian Lillard, the dynamic point guard. Coach telling me what sticks out to me about Lillard is his heart. He plays way bigger than his size. He raises the level of everyone around him. A true leader. Lillard, one of the most respected players in the league, Brian.
And Allie, thanks. And Philadelphia hits again from deep.
He drops yet another dime, just facilitating this offense like a maestro.
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
Now here's Lillard. And it's blocked right out of the air and controls it.
And he's having an ugly quarter from the field. It seems really frustrating.
The great one can't get it to go.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
Here's Iverson. Out to Lillard. Beyond the arc. Tipped. And it's out of bounds. The Pistons able to retain possession here. Jones, he's checked in for the Pistons.
Pistons substitution. Number 5, Eddie Jones.
Pass to Iverson. And he lobs it up to the rim. The Sixers lead by 11. McGrady, the pass to the great one. Williamson, right side. To the inside. And that one goes in as he's fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts the free throw. And the 76ers making a change here. First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. And now that this new season is underway, Grant, how critical is it to get off to a good start?
Well, B.A., it's so important, but not the end-all, be-all. It's a long season, plenty of time to build towards your goal. You're going to have some setbacks along the way, but just keep your head down and keep pushing forward.
Here's McGrady, defended by Jones. Tips it up, controls the rebound and the putback. McGrady's got 10 points.
Yeah, their aggressive approach on the offensive glass has created second chance opportunities.
Ultra impressive, guys. Caught them off guard, and they've taken the momentum in this game now.
And they pick up 2. Bird's gotten his second bucket.
Boy, the quick release, Bird gets that shot off in an instant. He was ready and waiting to strike.
Pass to the great one. Out to the right wing. Williamson for 3. Connects from downtown. And the 76ers lead by 15.
Wow. Some strong perimeter shooting here in the first quarter.
How do you stop this? I mean, it seems like they can't miss.
And J.B. Bickerstaff decides to call timeout. He wants to review the game plan. And Philadelphia making a change here. Hardaway's checked in.
76ers ENT.
Pistons trail by 15. Here's Iverson. He's got 6. Yao with a rebound. Yao's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Kicks it out to Hardaway. And Philadelphia hits again from deep.
They've really built this lead on the back of their perimeter game.
And I like the strategy. It's a great strategy. Bury those threes early, and it'll open up the inside for them later on.
Here's Iverson. He's got it. 3 for 7 now.
And, you know, for being a smaller guard, Iverson is a master at finishing inside. Just remarkable.
The great one passes to McGrady. Pass to the great one. And Camby pulls it down.
You know, I think the effort on defense there has everything to do with why he missed that shot. Well done.
Here's Yao. He's got 13. Deflects the pass. Gordon with a steal. Here's Camby. Off with the layup. The Sixers lead by 16. Clark, when it comes to someone like Aaron Gordon, it seems like he makes at least one jaw-dropping play every night.
Well, when you've got that kind of special athleticism, B.A., you can do that. You can make highlight-type plays just by virtue of your activity and giftedness as an athlete. But he's become a heck of a basketball player, too. You always knew the athleticism was there, the energy was there, the work rate was there. But now you're seeing the skill develop. I love watching him work.
Shot's good by Iverson.
You know, he's got to be exasperated right now, fellas. I mean, playing excellent ball, but they're still losing.
And the shot goes. McGrady's got 12 points in the game.
It's impossible to win when you give up second and third chances to score.
At some point, guys, it comes down to pride. Start banging on your chest and get after it from your heart. I mean, you've got to at least offer some resistance. You can't just let guys do what they want in there.
Nice work by Gordon, stretching the floor, opening things up with his range.
And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
That's his first personal foul.
All right, guys, what do you think so far on the offensive approach for the 76ers?
To me, it's been the ball movement. That's been the key. I mean, going from good to great. Not settling for a good shot, making that extra pass, keeping the defense off balance, and taking great shots.
You have to like the fact that they're not settling at all. I mean, they've really made a point to get the ball down inside and challenge that interior defense.
Here's Rivers. 6 to shoot. Screen by Gordon. Offline with a 3. The Sixers lead by 14. Price, the pass to the great one. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Really taking charge of the game, largely with a detailed interior attack.
And, you know, that involves pounding it inside, getting as many points as you can right at the rim. That demoralizes a team.
Here's Rivers. And he lobs it up top. And stolen by Williamson. Here we go, the Sixers on the break. From deep, fires in the triple. And the 76ers lead by 19.
And they've got the D reeling. A full three-point attack right off the tip.
When that happens, you simply just hope they start cooling off.
Second team foul.
And it's Detroit with the ball. Lillard with the ball. That misses. Would have counted had it gone. And so it's Philadelphia out in front by 19 going into the break. Their efficiency has been off the chart. Great to have you with us. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. A comfortable margin for the...
Substitution on the court.
Setting the floor for the Pistons. Pascal Siakam out there with a Kongwu. Then there's Damian Lillard, and it's Iverson in a shooting guard. And it's rejected. And he gets it back. And then Siakam with the jam.
The defense just can't let Siakam get inside positioning like this because he's looking to dunk it home. And just totally relentless, only increasing the intensity level.
Yeah, I love the fact he doesn't play the score. He just keeps coming, attack mode. He doesn't know how to step off the gas pedal.
And here's Lillard from beyond the arc. McGrady grabs a miss. McGrady's got his 5th rebound in this one.
Scoring efficiency has been low, and it's not helping them on the scoreboard.
Just rising up to the rim.
Man, when he gets up there, he gets up there. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, he does. That's what we call helium. Yeast rising and helium floating.
Back to Lillard. Just 4 to shoot. Fires for 3. And the three-pointer goes. Lillard's got 15.
Tell you what, doesn't matter whether he's on the move or standing still, Leonard is a flat-out laser shooter.
McGrady shot is off. Pistons trail by 20. Pass to Siakam. Here's Iverson. He's got 11. Here's Bird, picked up by a Kongwu. Launches a 3. Williams grabs the board.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
And guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
The great one. And a Kongwu with the block. Here's Bird. Lillard passes to Siakam. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket is good, and he'll go to the line.
A gritty play by Siakam. Absorbs the foul and still gets his shot to go.
Rivers is checked in for Lillard. Well, Grant, there are few players in the league who can attack a defense from the logo, but Lillard is one of them.
Yeah, and he makes it look so easy. You have to pick him up at the half-court line, and it's been that way for about a decade.
With the drive, shot's good by the great one. He's got 14.
Boy, he's been a rock of offensive support so far, and when they've needed a basket, they've turned to him.
And J.B. Bickerstaff decides to call timeout. He wants to make sure everybody's on the same page. O'Neal, he's checked in for Zion Williamson. It's the 2K leaderboard showing the teams with the most points off turnovers last season. In third, the 76ers.
And whenever you turn the ball over against them, they pushed it right back at you. Last year, they were just merciless at exploiting teams whenever they made mistakes against them.
Here's Iverson. Count it! The defender is called for the block, and he could turn this into a three-point play.
And it's fantastic.
And they've stopped the action here. They're using their coach's challenge to see if they can get this foul overturned.
Mark Price. That's his first personal foul. Third team foul. At the line for the Pistons.
And even with the coach's challenge in place, we've seen so many of these personal foul calls still disputed.
There will be a 2-minute review to the play.
Area and a lot of these calls. But at least we have the option to take a second look, so the officials can be sure they get it right.
The ruling on the floor is confirmed.
And they've made their decision. The call will stand.
And as much as it hurts to lose a challenge, I think Coach would challenge that call again if he could. He really disagreed with the foul, and he's still peeved. First in steals, and they did a great job of protecting the ball. Second fewest in turnovers. That's tough to accomplish in today's fast-paced style.
And last year, the #1 ranking in steals just illustrated the level of effort that they put in on D. Well, Grant, with players getting bigger and more athletic, do you support moving the restricted area out?
Yeah, B.A., I would. We've seen a lot of injuries when defenders slide underneath elevated players on the drive. So cutting down that risk makes a lot of sense.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more.
Another shot. Here's O'Neal. Rejected by Okongwu. A chance here to catch up with Ali from the sideline.
Well, guys, drawing charges is an art. The Warriors' Brandon Podziemski led the league last season, and he said, I'm not going to jump with anybody at the rim and block them. This is another form of rim protection. And Brian, while some have labeled them dangerous and called for charges to be taken out of the game, they remain a winning play.
Yeah, that's a good point, Ali. Thanks. The Sixers lead by 11. The great one passes to Price. And no good. The dry spell continues.
The great one. That's his third personal foul. Fourth team foul.
They can shave the deficit to single digits right here. Pass to Iverson. Siakam looking it over. Iverson passes to Rivers. Blocked! And it's out of bounds to the Pistons as Detroit retains possession. And the Pistons making a change here. Harper's checked in.
Number 14, Ron Harper.
5 on the clock. Siakam for 3. And he drains it. A solid 5 for 6 now.
Lackluster defense, showing no desire to chase shooters off that line.
And those triples, they sure do add up quickly, don't they? I mean, they've got to make some kind of adjustment.
What a throwback! And this kind of sick slam is just one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now, B.A.
You know, there's an edge the way they played and a confidence they're not afraid to show.
Boy, and I used to love going up and jamming it down like that, guys.
Fires the 3. And Detroit another 3.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
I think they're playing too soft on the perimeter. They can't stay so soft. They've got to get up into the shooters here.
Now into the lineup for the Pistons. Marcus Camby.
Here's the great one. Last game, an incredible scoring display for him. Clark, the Sixers have been at least 10 games over 500 for 7 straight seasons now.
Yeah, and that's great to see after what was it called? The process that took them all the way to the very depths of the league to finally build themselves back into a consistent playoff team. and their fans certainly deserve good times for struggling through all of those bad times several years ago.
Aaron Gordon's checked in for the Pistons. Iverson. And Detroit another three.
A dozen consecutive points off of threes. This defense looks rattled.
And guys, now that they're rolling from out there, the defense has to really get up into them. You've got to almost be in their jerseys to try to deny those looks.
Out to the right wing. Shot clock at 6. Late clock, the Sixers need to pull one up here. Philadelphia with another miss. Pistons trail by 6. Gordon, left side. Perfect night so far, 2 for 2.
Wanting to get his teammates in a rhythm, Iverson showing leadership with these types of passes.
And there's the rejection. Lillard outside. Stolen. Oh, there's the alley.
What a nasty finish that was. O'Neal playing with a little attitude right now.
And Detroit is shooting around 53%, a nice number. Here's Bird. 6 points for him. Here's Iverson. Got a hand on it. There's 39 seconds left in the second. Here's Buzelis. Takes it into the teeth of the D and converts the layup. And now it's an 8-point 76ers lead. Gordon outside. Lillard up top. 15 points in the game. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
Baiting defenders into fouls. AI so good at drawing fouls and getting to the stripe.
For Detroit, Allen Iverson.
And so it's Philadelphia. They lead by 11 as the quarter comes to a close. And it's mostly due to their superb shooting. They've wasted very few possessions. All right, we'll get back to the action after this break.
Thanks for stopping by, everybody. The story tonight, everything, and I mean everything, is working well for the Philadelphia 76ers.
They're passing on point, reading the defense and reacting. Kenny, I wish you'd react this fast when I asked you to pass the cinnamon rolls.
I'm just trying to watch out for them carbs for you, big fella. Just watching out those carbs.
And a look now at some of the games that have yet to tip this evening. For the Raptors, they'll be up against the Hornets in Charlotte. 7 p.m. Eastern Time for tip-off.
I prefer an even fight. Should be a good one.
Thanks for joining us.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the rout that it's threatening to be. Here's Iverson. We've got Buzelis. And it's Hardaway in at the shooting guard position. That's the group for Nick Nurse getting going here in the second half.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
And there is the whistle. That goes on Damian Lillard. That'll be a second foul of the game.
Personal foul. First team foul.
And there's the whistle. Illegal screen is the call. A moment now to see how the schedule is looking for the Philadelphia 76ers. On Saturday, they'll defend home court against the Memphis Grizzlies. Then on Monday, they head out on the road to face the Suns in Phoenix.
What a great opportunity for this team to take a step forward. They have some tough road games coming up, and that kind of stretch can bring a team together. Winning some of these games would be huge for their overall confidence.
Here's the great one, defended by Lillard. The great one passes to Yao. For 3, Hardaway. That is now his 7th field goal in 10 attempts. Impressive.
Watching Hardaway take over games, love it. Remarkable score. can fill it up in bunches in a hurry.
Pass to Bird. Siakam with it. Here's Iverson. Just 5 to shoot. Up and over Hardaway. Iverson can't hit.
Coming out stone cold here. Sometimes the break will do that to you.
Hardaway up top. Here's McGrady. Out left to the wing. Here's the great one. And Philadelphia hits again from deep.
They're really dictating the tempo on both ends of the court. You love it.
And don't leave out the coaching staff here now. I mean, their game plan has been perfect.
And here's Siakam for 3. Good. And it's Lillard who picks up the assist. Siakam's got 20.
And that's got to be a relief. Finally getting something to go here in the second half.
To the right side. Pass to Buzelis. Here's the great one. The rebound by Detroit. Siakam in the post.
That foul gives him 4, so he's got to settle down a bit.
And Philadelphia making a change here.
First team foul.
Jones, he's checked in for the Pistons. Lillard outside. Tries to break his ice. And he lays it in.
Hey, Lillard's not the biggest guy on the floor, but I tell you what, he plays with great passion and can do work inside.
Setting the floor for Detroit. We've got Damian Lillard, and it's Siakam in at the 4 spot. Pass to Buzelis. Here's McGrady, defended by Jones. The great one. And there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. And though they've had a lot of high draft picks, Grant, the Pistons are still fitting everything together.
Yeah, and we've seen plenty of rebuilding teams go through struggles, and then suddenly everything clicks. But you have to have experience mixed in with the youth.
And Clark, this last summer, former Sixer Doug Collins inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame.
Yeah, well-deserved honor for Doug. I mean, he's Philly's former #1 overall pick back in 1973, and he played almost a decade there for the Sixers. Also coached the Sixers, among many other teams that he had a chance to coach in the NBA, but clearly an NBA lifer and one of the best guys that's part of the NBA fraternity.
Oh, Siakam with the block. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Siakam. Here's the great one. Defended by Lillard. Pass to Buzelis.
Good pressure from Bird there. Not giving the shooter any room.
Philadelphia with another miss. Siakam. Pass to Camby. And he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2.
Great job drawing the foul and almost converted the shot as well.
Really, as close as you can get to an and 1 right there. He almost had it.
O'Neal, he's checked in for Philadelphia. And a switch here also for Detroit. Aaron Gordon's checked in for Pascal Siakam. Williamson passes to the great one. Back to Williamson. To the middle. McGrady. Oh, there's a killer 2-hand slam.
And I like seeing McGrady rise up for the dunk. Has amazing leaping ability and good reach, too. He makes it look easy.
Pass to Bird. Fader on the way. Yes. Great play by Lillard to set it up. Lillard's got assist number 11 for him here tonight. Philadelphia leading by 16. Shots good by the great one. The great one's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
Boy, the defense looks shell-shocked. I mean, they're on the ropes right now, on their heels.
Here's Gordon. Camby, the pass to Lillard. Here's Camby. Clock at 6. Here's Bird. Over Williamson.
Great D. Williamson with the strength, the wingspan, and the athleticism to make a difference at that end.
McGrady, the pass to the great one. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
Absolutely ruthless. He's not about to start showing mercy now.
Guys, when you're this hot, it's elementary. Let it fly. Keep staying at it.
Bruce Ellis is checked in for Philadelphia. Hardaway comes in for Williamson. And here's Lillard from beyond the arc. And it's going to be out of bounds. Detroit will have another go. Bird passes to Iverson. From outside, off the mark.
He's trying to find his shot, but at some point you have to start making these.
Here's Ellis, drilled from 11 feet out.
We've seen that more than once today. An effortless basket inside.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Deflected!
When it comes to contesting shots, Bruce Ellis is showing us that he's got great timing. And their physical dominance has been on display. A 10-rebound advantage is a good indicator of how this game has gone.
And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for the 76ers.
Phenomenal work on the defensive end so far. That stands out the most. They've made it their mission to block shots and make things hard for the opposition.
Well, another major factor in the offensive performance was the fast break. Converting on those chances when they get them tonight.
You know, I mean, heck, Iverson just out there doing what he does best, scoring the rock. And the defense hasn't had much of an answer, pun intended.
Their offense is looking like a well-oiled machine, getting any look they want.
Boy, this is borderline ridiculous. I mean, every single attempt finding the bottom of the bucket.
Pass to Camby. So, Clark, you think the winner of the NBA Cup should be guaranteed an automatic playoff bid?
Man, that's interesting. I think it could make for a more competitive tournament.
So it's the 76ers winning this one easily. Well, this might not have been the most competitive game we've ever seen, but you've got to appreciate their masterful performance.
And I'm sure their fans appreciated it too. We saw the outstanding defense and a loaded offensive effort, and they were just dominant out there.
And that about wraps it up.